Hi, welcome back to another episode of Real Talk. Today I want to talk to the young people, the young mothers and the young fathers that are trying to raise a child or children. Let me start with the young ladies. The young ladies, really? You are the carrier of life. You are the carrier of life. The one thing you never do as a mother and as a woman, you never leave your children for nothing or no one. It is not worth it. It will come back to haunt you if you don't watch it. Young ladies, pick somebody who's going to be in your corner, who's going to help you to raise these children, who don't mind being a father, who would go out the late hours of the night and do Uber or do Lyft or whatever it is that they do because they see a need for the family. Let me give you a little background. I have 6 kids, 5 boys and 1 girl. There were days when I didn't even know where a meal was going to come from. There was times when I didn't know how I was going to provide getting them shoes or anything else that they needed. But when I got to the point in my life that I was tired of looking out, I started to do something. I started to get myself together and realize it wasn't about me. It was about them. Now I'm 59 years old, if the Lord leads me here to July, and all my children are in their 30s. All my children are in their 30s. Yes, there was some good times. Yes, there's some bad time came along with that. Yes, there were times when I didn't know where things were going to come from, and I had a praying mother and a praying father at that time. He's no longer with us. But, I had them to fall back on. So what am I telling you? I'm telling you, go find that grandma, go find that grandpa, go find that aunt, uncle, cousin, somebody who gives a darn. And say, look, I don't know how to do this. And listen, take heed to what they're saying. And remember, it's not all about you, young lady. It's about your child that you help bring into this world. Love yourself. Never do that to yourself. Never sit there and down yourself. Never. You are a child of God, which means you are a life carrier. Carry the life. Carry the respect. Carry the dignity. Carry all that with you. Don't sit there and wait on nobody to do what you should have been doing in the first place. Get some help if you don't know. Get some help. Young men, stop creating babies that y'all not taking care of. A father is a hard job, just like a mother. There's things you got to give up that you don't want to give up. But you have to because the child don't have any other way of getting what they need but through you. I worked a many a job, endless hours, that didn't see I was getting anywhere in life. But as I got ready to give up, somebody showed me, look, you provided them a home. You provided them groceries, something to eat. It may not be what they want, but you're providing. And nothing makes a man feel better when that child gets older and says, Daddy. It makes it all worthwhile. When Christmas comes, you can open their gifts with them and see the expression on their face. Man, there's nothing like it. But we need to stand up as men and do what we need to do. If you can't get along with the baby's mama, go to a court. Get something in writing where you can see your children. But the biggest thing about seeing your children is doing what you need to do for them when you want to see them. Don't just get them and say, oh, this little Ray, hey, say, and little Ray go, he ain't never around. He only come around every other time. You got to remember, children talk. But you don't want them talking to the wrong person. And don't get mad when they call another man daddy. Because that man took over the role that you should have done. Do what you need to do, young men. Young kings. I just realized my nephews and them are older now. They're in their 30s. And they don't say kids anymore. They call the young ones young kings, young queens. That's what we need to be raising, young kings and queens, not somebody that is just a sperm donor or egg donor, whatever you want to call it, or you young people call it these days. We need queens and kings to stand up and raise these children. If you don't know what you're doing, get some help from somebody who does. We shouldn't be sitting up there waiting to get on welfare. Do what you got to do. Forget about you. You are not important right now. The children are your first concern. Come on now. Come on now. We always want respect when we talked about children or how you don't understand my situation. Yes, I do understand your situation. I've been there. But I never quit. I never gave up on either one of my children. Come on, guys. Father the children, take care of them. For men, we want our children to play football or basketball, some kind of contact sport. Yeah, we good. But now you got to go back to how that child got to be good. It got to be when the mama had to go to work, you came over, you watched that child. Yeah, you had to go out, you got your boys, you want to do this and that. Okay, later for that, plenty of time for that. But right now, that child needs you. Sit out there on the porch on those nice warm days when that baby's drifting off to sleep. And you drifting off with him in your arms. Man, I'm telling you, there's no better thing than to go to sleep with something in your arms that you created. We've got to understand, guys, that fatherhood don't stop. Just like life. It don't stop. It keeps going, and going. So this is Mr. Holloman saying, come on. Let's get it together. Our children are our future. The sun, again, was set on us, but it will rise on them. Let's take the last thing here. Let's look at the Lion King. Mufasa, Simba, Nyla, young Nyla. The generation passed on and on, but when the king decided that it was his time to go, and he pushed it over to Simba and said, "This is what." So Mufasa had to get Simba ready for what was coming. Yes, Simba just wanted to do what he wanted to do, but then he had to go back to the wisdom of his father to raise Simba. Now Simba has to do the same thing to his son. Come on, guys. If you don't have help, get somebody who you trust, but don't let that child suffer. Because if you do, God holds you responsible, and you will pay. This is Minister Holloman telling you, come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's do a better job with our children, because they are our future.